What is going on, guys? It's Yoji. Man, I've not said that in a long time. Yeah, welcome to another Yoji video. This is part of my ethical solo self-found adventures, I think I've called this. Yeah, I'm still playing solo self-found standard. I basically did not play in 3.2 in Bestiary League at all. And I'm going to pretend that league did not exist because I kind of found that patch pretty boring, to be honest. Just wasn't my taste. But with 3.3, things become awesome again. Lots of skill changes, and it's really fun to play PoE right now, as probably a lot of you have noticed already. And in current league seems to be really fun. Currently I'm playing standard, but I might take a dip into that league later on, because it seems really good. So far, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my current character, which is a Cast on Crit Freeze Pulse Glacial Cascade character. And I'm just here to tell you that Freeze Pulse with the new buffs is really good. Yeah, overall what changed about Freeze Pulse, they took away the annoying, the further it travels, it basically almost deals no damage at the end. Now it deals always at least 50% damage. That's basically 50% more damage if you go further, like really far away. So the long range Freeze Pulses actually still do something, which basically gave it a ton of range. On top of that, they gave it a ton of range. And as you can see, it clears insanely well. And yeah, I'm almost thinking about just using Freeze Pulse in this setup, which is a pretty basic Cospris Malice cast on critical strike setup, where I'm just shield charging around with like lots of movement speed, and shield bashing into enemies will trigger the cast on crit from the Cospris, and then I have a Blade Flurry setup where I can dish out lots and lots of cast on crits just in case I need them for single target. And yeah, it's a really fun build. It's really zoom, really, yeah, for my personal preferences, almost too fast build, but it's really fun. It looks really flashy, those herald explosions going everywhere. Yeah, it's a really cool build. I'm playing this as an assassin because I just thought, well, crit, assassin, that kind of goes well. And I think assassin is not the most represented class currently, especially for just like crit spellcasters. So I thought I might just give it a try, be a bit of a hipster right here. And it seems really fun and really cool, and the assassin really helps you get these super consistent crits, even with like solo self-found gear, although my gear is kinda alright. The character is currently level 77, so not very far progressed into maps, and for that, the gear is already pretty good, I would say, in the solo self-found setting, but I've gathered this gear before I made the character, so don't get me wrong. So I didn't just make an assassin find all this stuff, and here I am playing cast on crit. No, I found most of the gear beforehand and then made the character from it. So yeah, let's have a look at the character. Alright, here we are with the character, and as you can see, I got some glowy blue MTX going because I thought that fits the theme very well of like the whole dashing around, shooting blue stuff in all directions kind of thing. Yeah, this is my Cospris Malice that I managed to find. Was the first big unique I got in my playthrough, so I want to definitely make a build with this. Yeah, I'm currently running Glacial Cascade, Freezing Pulse, and Added Cold. The Added Cold is really high level because I took it from a different character. My Freezing Pulse, as you can see, in my Glacial Cascade level is 17 and level 18, so this is by far not the highest damage potential you can get out of a character like this, which is pretty awesome. I'm running a Queen of the Forest, which I managed to 6-link, and yeah, this is where my Blade Flurry setup is. I think you can probably do this on a 5-link, but just get a Tabular for early leveling and you should be fine. Yeah, it's a Blade Flurry cast on critical strike, faster attacks just make it feel smoother and proc faster. And yeah, increased crit strike support because you really need those consistent crits. And then Freeze Pulse, Glacial Cascade, and the Blade Flurry itself. I'm running Star Conjurer's Head for some crits, some attack speed, and just like having high evasion for the Queen of the Forest. And having life on there as well, because the character with like 4k life currently is very squishy. So having a life piece, you can also choose a Rat's Nest if you want to go full glass cannon or like whatever other helmet that comes to mind. You can use a abyss thing called like the light poacher to get more consistent AoE clear. That would probably make the build feel a lot better, but I don't have a light poacher just yet. Other than that, I got crit multi on lots of gear pieces where I can get it, and just like some life and resistances. Some attack speed and high evasion rating if I can get it. I'm running a Serious Step with a Leech enchantment for some better sustain, and just to have a little bit protection against those like Spark Skellies and whatnot that hit very hard. Of course, the Jinvai is best spell base in the game. Got some crit molding, got some max life. Nothing fancy, as I said. Solo self-found, by the way. Kind of like Cospri, which is super awesome, makes hits can't be evaded. Don't think this is necessary for normal mapping. but it definitely helps make the character feel more consistent. If you want to go for like tons of damage, you can also get an Ashes Mirror, which would also really nice because it adds lightning damage to everything you do. So all your spell procs and all your shield charges and also all your blade flurries. And you can also, if you want to go this route, you could also do an impulses setup, also to aid your AoE clear. So if you go like Light Poacher impulses and then Ashes Mirror, which is like new cold screens probably. So that would be really fun. For the passive tree, it's a bit of special one. Yeah, I got 4 Threshold Jewels. I got 2 Long Winters and 2 First Snow. So my Glacial Cascade does like more bursts and is full cold. And my Freezing Pulse has 5 projectiles and does increased damage if I shattered an enemy recently, which is kind of like all the time. Other than that, pretty basic, taking like the general damage, ally damage, all the crit I can get a power charge, get some life. I'm gonna go for the spell crit. As you can see, I've not maxed out the damage on this character at all. I'm gonna get Doomcast, I'm gonna get Annihilation. I need some Alchemist in my life as well. I don't think you need the AoE for the GC. GC AoE seems fine to me. I've got some crit down here. I'm gonna go Acro, Face Acro, which goes really well with the high evasion. I took this for some helping me with some res, and also the evasion is really nice for the Queen of the Forest move speed. And same goes for this type of stuff. Some more life, some attack speed, which is always nice, and yeah, more evasion, more life. Life on this character is pretty low. I think I've picked up most of the life note that I want to get. So I need to upgrade my gear. I think 5k are definitely reachable. If you get like really good gear, maybe 6k, but then you're really pushing it with like the gear you can get. And this is SSF, by the way, still. So I think that's kind of like what you can do. If you don't get the helmet enchantment for the mana leech sustain, you can get this node instead. Otherwise, I'm also running a Herald of Ice with Voice Void and Ink AoE just for the nicer clear. I also got Enlighten in here to help my mana sustain, which is not needed. You get enough mana like without the Enlighten, but it helps a little bit against single target. You don't need an Enlighten 3, like 2 would do just fine. Just buy a 1, and you can also just take like, I don't know, what's called this node, and that would probably help as well with like some mana sustain. Yeah, I'm running Grace, which is always nice. I got a Val Haste somewhere. Haste, yeah, this is Val Haste. And I got a Val Purity of Ice, and the reason I'm running Added Cold here instead of Cold Penetration, and the reason I'm also not running a Wise Oak is because for bosses I just put this on Val Purity Impurity of Ice, which basically, aside from some other nice buffs, makes me an Inquisitor for 4.5 seconds. So plenty of time to Inquisit a mob, which is always nice. So yeah, that's kind of like the whole idea for the single target setup. Currently trying it out. Not sure if I really like it, because if you don't kill the boss in that time, you definitely feel the damage drop off, but it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's kind of like all there is for the character, aside from maybe the Ascendancy, but it's like to take the crit stuff, not the dot stuff. So you take crit, 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 and a crit, and you don't take the damage over time and poison stuff, because we are not damage over time, and poison should be pretty clear. So I don't even have my Merc Lab yet. So this is just a very basic character. Just wanted to tell you what I've been up to in this league, and that I've generally even been up to anything in this league, which is always nice to know, I guess. So yeah, that's that. If you're new to this channel, subscribe for maybe sometimes new videos that come very irregularly, but they usually come at some point, as you can see. Until then, I'm Yoji, and I will see you nerds hopefully soon.